Hi everyone, my name is Anea. Welcome to my channel, and today we are going to go over my week 22 pregnancy update. As I mentioned last week, I am outside, so I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. The inside is still very much a mess as we are in the process of moving. So, as always, we will start off with baby's development. We have a little bit more to talk about today, developmentally wise. You know what I mean. uh, so last week, each of my pregnancy apps, I have 3 of them, um, gave me a different like fruit slash vegetable that the baby was the size of. I felt that spaghetti squash was probably the most accurate, at least when it comes to like length of baby, I presume. Regardless, baby is said to be about 11 and a half inches. Their eyelashes and eyebrows are beginning to appear. Their eyes are fully developed, other than the color of their eyes. Baby can now sense touch. Their reproductive system has been developing and continues to make progress. And then lastly, they have been working on prepping for their first bowel movement after they are born from the undigested amniotic fluid. This fluid will build up in their intestinal tract and move towards the colon until after the baby is born. Fun stuff. So that's about it for developmental. Um, I thought it would be fun to talk about an experience that I had. So last Wednesday, I believe, um, my friends and we went for a swim at Killarney Lake, and it's my first time swimming while pregnant. I got into the water very slowly, so I didn't really notice a difference in like how heavy I felt or anything like that. But getting out of the lake, I was shocked at how heavy I felt getting out of it. It was such a massive difference that it was like disorienting. It was really crazy. Tristan had to like hold my hand as I was getting out of the lake because it was like kind of making me like a little unstable trying to re like stabilize my body with the additional weight. So I thought that was very fun, and we'll probably be doing a lot more swimming. And then for symptoms, we have a lot of the usual stuff, backache, the round ligament pain, fatigue, tender boobs. Um, One thing that I have noticed is I am peeing a lot more. So far, I went through this whole pregnancy being like, oh, everybody talks about having to pee more in the first trimester, and that never happened to me. So I kind of thought I was just gonna skip out on that, and that has not been the case. I'm still very fortunate though that I don't like wake up in the night needing to go. But I definitely seriously have to go when I do wake up in the morning. Um, the last symptom that I have to talk about is kind of TMI, bowel movement talk. So if you're not up for that, skip ahead a little bit. But as we know, in general, I've been struggling with constipation during the pregnancy. But last week, oh my God, I was having like running to the bathroom issues. Um, so I was having diarrhea like 4 or 5 times a day. um, for a few days. And then once that stopped, I was constipated again. So be warned, if you are planning on getting pregnant or you're in the early phases of your pregnancy, be prepared to never have a normal bowel movement again. Is essentially what I'm telling you. Um, yeah, so gross, but be warned. But that is all for those updates. And what we have left is my pregnancy bump. This video is pretty short, so maybe I will show the house a little bit. I'm not gonna go downstairs and stuff. Um, but I can show you the upstairs a bit. Do keep in mind that things are still in boxes. We are not done painting, any of that stuff. This is just kind of like an update for my family who's been curious. But first, let's show the bump. My sleeves are so long. So this is what we are working with. It obviously looks pretty similar to last week, considering I filmed that late in the week anyway, and this is being filmed early in the week, so there's really only a few days difference between last week's update and this one. Oh, hello, Mango. Mango is obsessed with the back deck. It's all screened in. So him and his brother are allowed to come out here and just chill, and it's probably Mango's favorite spot in the house. Isn't it, buddy? So I will pick up the camera and show you guys around a little bit. Okay, so this is the back deck. I love it out here. I always get really overstimulated by like bugs buzzing around in my ears, and I don't have that issue out here, so I spend a good portion of my day out here. Then we have the kitchen, which is a mess. Do not judge us. We have big plans for the kitchen. We're planning on painting the cabinets green and getting rid of this countertop because I hate the color of it, for like a white, like granite marble kind of style. We're gonna keep the color of these walls, but we're also gonna add like a hexagonal black backsplash. And then this is like the dining room area, and we're going to paint this one wall to match the color of the cabinets to kind of tie the two rooms together. This is our entryway. This is like our messiest room right now. It's where we're storing all of the extra boxes. But this is going to be the main living room. We're going to be getting rid of this couch right here, and replacing it with probably like a papasan chair or something. And then we're going to put a couch here and keep this couch here. And this will probably go down to the basement, and we'll probably get a new coffee table with like matching side tables and stuff. And the TV is going to go above there. And yeah, that's kind of our plan for this room. it has one wall painted other than the top because I couldn't reach that. So Tristan has to go through and repaint uh, the tops of all the rooms. This wall's also painted in that one. And I'm going to be trying to finish this today. And on this wall, I want to have that same blue color, but like painted in an arch. So like the background of the wall will still be white, but then there'll be like this blue arch. Yeah, this is the hallway. It is also the blue, except for the tops that aren't finished yet. I'm probably gonna also go over because there's some like not splotchy, but streaky. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a few streaky spots. I'm not great with the paintbrush. I'm good with the roller, but the paintbrush is not my friend. So I'll probably go over that. This is the bathroom. Planning on doing like a bee theme in here, like a bumblebee theme. So the walls are gonna be a soft yellow and a lot of bee decor. Hello. And then the laundry is right here with like an attached door to the master bedroom. I also forgot to mention that the theme for our kitchen is gonna be like, and dining room is gonna be like mushrooms. So there's also gonna be like a lot of mushroom decor in there. And then this room is kind of like the only room that the cats don't have access to right now, but it is gonna be my hobby room until we have enough kids that one of them will need this room. So it's gonna have all my squishmallows in here and all of my spiritual stuff in here. And yeah, that's kind of plan for this room. It's also gonna be the room that I do like the most eccentric like paint and decorating. So like each wall is gonna be a different color. It'll be very me. So that's kind of the plan in here. This room is gonna be the nursery. We're gonna be doing some crown molding on the bottom half of the walls and keep that like a cream white color, and then do the tops the same like green color that's gonna be in the kitchen and the dining room. And the goal is to have a Studio Ghibli themed nursery. Studio Ghibli is like a Japanese hand-drawn movie company that I really, really love. And I'm hoping to get my sister Savannah down here at some point to do a Studio Ghibli like mural on this wall, because they're a really good artist and I am not. And then the last room that I will show you guys is the bedroom. We went for a very muted, calming pink. That way I could still have my pink, but it wasn't like so in your face like the old house was. We just got all this new furniture, so this dresser and this dresser and the side tables are all new. Excuse our unmade bed. At some point I will get into the routine of having that made again, but since moving, that has not happened. For the first little bit, like the first 6 months or so, the baby crib will be like on this wall and we'll like push the stuff down a little bit. And then after like the first 6 months or so, the baby will get moved into the nursery. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. And I will see you next week. Bye.